How are you feeling? How long have you been here?
3 months, May 17th.
And what brought you here?
That's difficult to answer.
Eventually resulted in your being here in the hospital.
That's difficult to answer.
this the end? There's a noise inside my head of crying people facing death. Is this the end? Is this the end? Oh, I'm burning in the dystopia. There's no place to hide. I'm burning in the dystopia. What have we done to the world? What have we done to the world? I'm burning in the dystopia. There's no place to hide. I'm burning in the dystopia. This is the final scene of sweet dreams are made of these. Who am I to disagree? Travel the world and the seven seas. Everybody's looking for something. Some of them want to use you. Some of them want to get used by you. Some of them want to use you. Some of them want to be out you.
Won't anybody help us? What are we running for? When there's nowhere we can run to anymore. We can't afford to be innocent. Stand up and face the enemy. It's a do or die situation. We will be invincible. And with the power of conviction, there is no sacrifice. It's a do or die situation. We will be invincible.
Who the fuck is Karlyn? She's just some sweet lady. She's like in a knitting. She does like a knitting stream. She's like a knitting YouTuber. She does knitting.
Can we grow up a little bit and
Alt
not
Girl
be
sent $200.
retarded?
Have you
Please.
seen the work of Karlyn Borysenko? Anti-commie cult leader and is obsessed with looking at what actual far-left communists are talking about and organizing today, infiltrating them. They infiltrated the universities, schools, media. She has the receipts to back it up. Primary source evidence. Infestation is dire and she calls Republicans idiots eating slop. Agree.
Thank you for the big super chat. Yeah, oh, I know Karlyn B. She's solid. She's funny. I
The
like
Great
her.
Noticer sent $200.
And lastly, we ask that there be no recording or streaming of today's sessions from the floor. And any disruptive behavior in today's session will result in being removed from the call.
We please ask that there will be no recording or streaming of today's sessions from the floor. Any disruptive behavior today could result in being removed from the call. So, just be a nice person. So with a little housekeeping things out of the way, let's jump right in.
Again, we ask no recording or streaming of today's session. and we ask that there be no recording or streaming of today's session from the floor. Any disruptive behavior in today's session will result in being removed from the call.
Und weil der Mensch ein Mensch ist, drum braucht er was zum Essen, bitte sehr. Es macht ihn ein Geschwätz nicht satt, das schafft kein Essen her. Drum links, zwei, drei, drum links, zwei, drei, wo der Platz genossen ist, weil ich heim in die Arbeit einheimst komm, weil du auch ein Arbeiter bist. Und weil der Mensch ein Mensch ist, drum hat der Stiefel im Gesicht nicht gern. Er will unter sich keinen Sklaven sehen und über sich keinen Herrn. Drum links, zwei, drei, drum links, zwei, drei, wo mein Platz genossen ist, weil ich heim in die Arbeit einheimst Gott, weil du auch ein Arbeiter bist. Und weil der Prolet ein Prolet ist, drum wird ihn kein anderer befreien. Es kann die Befreiung der Arbeiter nur das Werk der Arbeiter sein. Drum links, zwei, drei, drum links, zwei, drei, und ein Platz genossen ist, weil ich heim in die Arbeiter einheimst kommt, weil du auch ein Arbeiter bist.
Здравствуйте, comrades. Welcome to Socialism Saturday. Socialism Saturday is where we watch the real far left, the furthest of the far left, the most dystopian of the dystopian. And today we're going to try to do two things at once. We're going to try to do two things at once. But I need everyone's help to do the two things at once. Okay? Because I have a plan for today's Socialism Saturday. And that plan is that I personally would like to watch if I can find the correct stream. I personally would like to watch this 2.5 hour Unicorn Riot documentary that is all about the George Floyd Uprising or the George Floyd Rebellion. Unicorn Riot is a far left outlet Okay. Unicorn Riot is a far left outlet that does a lot of boots on the ground coverage when the left is rioting and protesting and doing all that stuff. And yes, they're communists, but they actually do pretty decent coverage. And they have released a 2.5 hour documentary basically reflecting on what they call the George Floyd Rebellion, which is what the left refers to as like the BLM riots of 2020. Because what the left is very good at doing, the left is very good at basically, what is a good word for it? Making an event iconic, building mythology around an event. So the left is not going to say we did $2 billion worth of property damage in 2020. They're not going to say that. They're going to reframe the entire event within a different historical context to say we were engaged in a noble uprising. That's why they're calling it the George Floyd Uprising or the George Floyd Rebellion. I think given the time that we live in, where we are about to see another round of rioting, I promise you, we are about to see massive protests outside of these ICE immigration facilities. because I think that what the Trump administration is doing is emboldening the left. I don't think it's scaring them. I think it's emboldening them. We are about to see, basically troops are being deployed to Portland to deal with the rioters there. We have constant ongoing attacks at the Broadview immigration facility in Chicago, which I knew about 3 days ahead of the White House, by the way. I did a live stream on my Substack about this last night. I'm going to upload it to YouTube, but can we just for a moment reflect on the fact that I knew that Antifa was going to be attacking the Broadview immigration facility in Chicago 3 days before the White House knew? That should terrify everyone. That in and of itself. I am a YouTuber that works out of my second bedroom in New Hampshire. How the ever-loving F did I know that Antifa was going to attack the Broadview immigration facility in Chicago with unrelenting force 3 days before the White House knew? Anyway, my larger point here is that one of the reasons I want to go back and watch this 2.5-hour documentary about the left's George Floyd uprising in 2020 is that I think it's going to be deeply informative of the type of chaos that we are about to see unfolding now. And I think, listen, during the BLM riots, I wasn't studying the far left during the BLM riots. During the BLM riots, I was literally getting chased down the street by BLM. Does everyone remember that? Does anyone remember seeing a video of me on Fox News where I was literally getting chased down the street by a BLM mob and I had my phone like this trying to record them, and then some bitch came and jumped on my back and tried to steal my phone? Does anyone remember that? So I wasn't studying the far left in 2020. I was getting chased down the fucking street by them while trying to record them. Okay, I have at least some like street cred when it comes to this whole thing, but it was 5 years ago, right? I wasn't doing the same thing I'm doing now. And so I think it's very helpful. Yes, and the police didn't do anything. The police just sat there and watched. That's exactly right. It was outside of the police station. The police didn't do anything about it. Also indicative of what we're about to see today. So I think it can be informative. To go back and watch what happened in 2020, particularly from the left's perspective, because the documentary we're going to watch is a communist documentary about that time period, right? So we are going to actually see the left's perspective in hindsight 5 years after the BLM stuff. And I think it's going to be deeply informative of what we're going to see from the left now, because of course, you guys know, because you're smart and you watch my content, BLM was the George Floyd riots of 2020. They were not about Black lives. They weren't about Black lives at all. Black-owned businesses got targeted and burned down in Minneapolis. It wasn't about Black lives. It was about pushing an abolish the police, defund the police agenda onto the public. Abolishing the police, abolishing the prison industrial complex is one of the number one issues that the far left cares about. That's why they believe the police are the enforcers of capitalism. And that's why the BLM riots happened. It wasn't about Black people. It wasn't about people with Black skin. It was about abolishing the police, defunding the police, because they believe the police are the managers of private property, i.e. capitalism. And that's what that was about. The ICE protests and the ICE riots that we're about to see now coming out of Antifa and the far left is exactly the same issue. Because the left does not distinguish between the police, like in the George Floyd riots, and ICE and what we're seeing now. To the left, ICE and the police, they're the same thing. They want to abolish ICE for the same reason they want to abolish the police. ICE are the enforcers of borders. They're the enforcers of private property. What does a border do? It creates private property, okay? So the issues, BLM and the anti-ICE riots, are the same issue. It's the same complaint. It's the same perspective. And so if we go back and we look at the BLM riots, I think that's going to be deeply informative for what we could see coming up with the riots today. Okay, so that's why we're going back and watching this documentary, just because I think it's a timely moment to be able to kind of go back and go, what can we learn from this time period? Also, a lot of us, and especially those of you who have been watching socialism with me for years, a lot of you have learned a lot in the last 5 years. And I think if you haven't gone back to look at what happened in the BLM riots in the last 5 years, like direct on the ground coverage, you might be surprised at how differently you see it today than you did when it was actually happening. And so we're also looking at this within a historical context. Okay, so that's what we're doing today. I want to thank some members. We got KRO is now a member of the channel. I appreciate that. We got Evan is a member of the channel. Appreciate you guys joining me. Oregon Born, this is for love of the game. Feed me, Dr. B. I will do my best, Oregon Born. I will do my best. Now, it is also true that while we're making our way, hey, thanks, Gothics, for the super sticker. I appreciate it. Is Tim Walz a commie? No. No. Tim Walz is a do-gooder progressive. He's a progressive. He doesn't want to overthrow the system. He is not a communist. I don't think that that's true at all. So here's the thing, though. While this is happening, there will also probably be live protest coverage and live riot coverage tonight. And you guys are in luck because now I have a brand new computer and now I can do more things. And if we can find a live stream of protest and riot coverage, I can have that coverage playing on my stream at the same time as we're watching this documentary, so we can monitor both things, because I figured out how to do that now that I have a computer that can actually do stuff. Okay, so here's the problem, though. I was going to broadcast Portland Andy's coverage kind of in a little picture frame so we could watch what was going on outside of the Portland Immigration Detention Center. And then, wouldn't you know it, Portland Andy stopped streaming literally right as I hit go live. Portland Andy stopped streaming. And so I was like, during the intro, I was like, shit, what am I going to stream now? So I need your guys' help. No, we don't have a new mic yet. The mic issue is still working itself out. Yeah, MacBook Pro. I got basically the highest MacBook Pro with the fastest chip that I can get. And it's awesome. And I love it. And it's life-changing and all that stuff. But we're not going to spend the whole time talking about my new awesome computer, okay? We're going to talk about the fact that I need your guys' help in finding a stream of live protest coverage. And yeah, Portland Andy was like, I got to go watch Socialism Saturday. No, I don't think he even knows who I am. But I was going to watch his coverage today on the show. And now we just need to find another live stream. And I know there's going to be live streams popping up all night. So I'm sure that at some point we will be able to find a live stream. And when we do that, I will be able to do a little picture-in-picture thing where we can watch the protest coverage at the same time as we're watching the documentary. Okay? That's what we're doing. That is what we're doing today. And so if you guys want to get some extra credit, please hunt down a live stream for me so that we can watch protest coverage at the same time as we're watching this BLM documentary, and we can do both. We can do both at the same time. Now, before we get into it, guys, I do have a couple of announcements. Now, the first thing I just want to know from people. Hang on, let me just get it on the screen so you guys can actually see what I'm going to talk about. Hang on. Hang on. Oh goodness, hang on. Oh my God, I cannot type on my computer. I can't type on my computer. Oh no. There we go. Now, last night I tried a little experiment where last night what I did is last night I didn't feel like streaming anymore personally, but I was just sitting here watching protest coverage outside of the ICE facility, and I just started stream sniping someone else who was broadcasting protest coverage outside of the ICE facility. And I wasn't on the screen or anything, but I was in the chat and we were all just watching protest coverage together. I think I'm going to try to do that more as we are, just because it seemed like kind of a nice thing. Like I was sitting here watching the protest coverage anyway. So I basically just turned on a live stream and I just started streaming the same protest coverage that I was watching. I did a little commentary on it in the chat. There wasn't a lot going on last night, except when we were watching the protest coverage last night. Do you know what was very interesting to me? Well, two things were very interesting to me. Number one, almost everyone there spoke Spanish. Now, granted, we were watching protest coverage mostly in Los Angeles, but almost every single person protesting outside of the ICE facility in Los Angeles last night spoke Spanish. And it was like, yeah, Nigel, please don't do that. Please do not spam the chat. And so that was kind of like, I was like, why are all these Spanish speakers protesting the United States government? Can't we just deport them all? And they were causing chaos and noise all night. And I was kind of looking at this protest coverage last night going, I was to understand that Trump just declared Antifa a terrorist organization. Why aren't these people being arrested? Why aren't they being arrested? Why are they just allowed to cause chaos and commotion and insanity and make noise all fucking night and be yelling at the cops and be like verbally abusing the ICE people? Why aren't they just being arrested? They're doing exactly what we expect them to do. They're causing chaos. Why can't we just fucking arrest them? So, like, I think I'm going to start when I have the opportunity. I'm not saying I'm going to do it every time. I think I'm going to start doing just streams where I just broadcast this protest coverage when I have access to it, just so we can all get together and kind of watch it together so that we can see what's going on. And if you want to watch, you can. And if you don't, you don't. And I won't be doing commentary on it because I don't always like being on the internet. But if I'm sitting here watching protest coverage, the rest of you basically have to suffer with me. And at least we're documenting the event and stuff like that. And so I think I might start doing more of that. I hope you guys appreciated it last night. And if you didn't appreciate it, that's cool, man. You don't have to watch it. So that's something you're going to start see, I think, coming to the channel a little bit more. Also, I want to make sure everyone is subscribed to my Substack. That is Karlyn, KARLYN.substack.com. I want to thank all the new people who have been signing up as a supporter on the Substack lately, because the Substack is the very best way to support the work I'm doing. I really appreciate it. It's $8 a month, $80 a year. The vast majority of content on my Substack is free for everyone, and I can make my content free for everyone because people voluntarily fund my work. I am completely independently funded. I do not take any political money. I have no political tribe. My only job is to show up and to tell you guys the truth and to show you what's going on. KATU TV on YouTube. Okay, let me just pull that up real quick. Thank you. Let me pull that up real quick and let's just see. And then we can get our other protest coverage in full effect and you guys can see the picture-in-picture thing. That would be awesome. And in the meantime, go over to sign up for my Substack. That would be pretty great. Make sure everyone's doing that. I'm going to get this protest coverage up. Thank you for that link, because I do think the Portland one is the one I do want to be watching. Yeah, they're not live right now. I don't see them live. Where do you see them live? Because I don't see them live. I'm on their YouTube channel right now. It is not live. So guys, please, before you send me something to look at, and you know, we'll keep this in mind for later possibly, but before you keep sending me something to look at, please make sure it's actually live, just because that cuts down on, like, you know, work and stuff like that. But I do appreciate that channel as a reference for later. So we are still looking for protest coverage. That would be great. Bro, shut the fuck up. You, like, Nigel, I understand that you're new here. You've already spammed my chat and now you're doing stuff like this. Your job here is to shut the fuck up and listen and learn. If I see you do one more thing in the chat that is not related to what's being talked about, you're going to get permanently banned. This is your last warning. You've already been warned by the mods. I don't want to see this shit. This is a research stream. This is not random people shit posting stream. Okay? Please cut it out. That's all good. It's all good, old dog new tricks. I do appreciate the recommendation. Anyway, you can find a live stream that I did last night where I talk about the fact that right now I seem to be further ahead in my coverage of the far left than the White House is, which is terrifying. All my best clips are over on the Substack, all my breakdowns of the far left, my infiltrations, all that stuff. And again, if you can financially support the work I'm doing to expose and decode the radical revolutionary far left in America, I would really appreciate it. $8 a month, $80 a year over on the Substack. And thank you guys. That is awesome. Another way to support my work is by heading over to the merch store. That is redmenacesupply.com for the Red Menace Supply Company. Thank you, Mr. Gurr. I do appreciate it. Hey, Nigel just got banned. Goodbye, Nigel. You can get get some cool merch in the. If you really want to piss off that guy that I just banned in the chat, head over to the merch store. Head over to the merch store. Wait, are we having a retard night? Why have there already been 2 retards in the chat tonight? Are we having a retard night in the chat? Are you smart enough to be here? Bro, I'm not going to put up with this. Are you smart enough to be here? This is, oh, Oh no, we are having a retard night. Oh no, look at, we're just banning him again. Guys, all of these people that are disrupting the chat tonight, these are people from the right. These are not people from the left. These are people from the right. Because sadly, people from the right go out of their way to destroy my work far, 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 far more than people from the left. No. This is not Antifa. This is not Antifa. These are retards from the right. I know exactly what this is. This literally happens all the time. And so just know that every single time someone disrupts the chat tonight, they're not from the left. They're from the right because they're fucking idiots. They're probably from the quartering. They do this all the time. They literally do this all the time. You're new here. You're going to see this after a while. They literally do it all the time. Nope, not from the left. No. These are conservatives. These are people from the right. I promise you. Why would the right want to destroy my work? Hey, that's a great question. Perhaps you should try asking every single influencer that's ever lied about me. Perhaps you should go, oh, look, here are more people from the right. We're just banning them. All right. I'm going to say that the mods, if those people come back, please feel free to permanently ban them. But if you're going to permanently ban someone, mods, you have to make sure you're actually banning them for the right thing, okay? Do not accidentally permanently ban someone that wasn't doing anything wrong. I'm going to be really, really productive. Oh, see, look, retard. Bye. Oh, here we go. Yup, here we go. All of this comes from the right, guys. So we will be, oh, yeah, the quartering had, okay, the quartering was nice. Okay, so that's what's going on, guys. Thank you, No Mayo, for that. That's what's going on, guys. This is the quarterings audience. That's what's going on. This is the quarterings audience that's causing problems in the chat right now. This is the quarterings audience. Great. Ignore the haters. No. Don't tell me what to do. Thank you for the money. Do not tell me what to do. You do fantastic work. I know I do fantastic work. Thank you. Yep, these are from the quarterings audience. I know exactly what's going on now. All right. If you really want to piss off all of the retards in my chat right now, head over to the Red Menace Supply Company. You don't want to know why? Because you can get a limited edition coffee selection in the Red Menace Supply Company where I'm actually charging more money than the quartering is for coffee. It's actually an unreasonable amount that I'm charging for coffee, if I'm honest about it, but there are production costs and then those must be paid. And so if you really, 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 really want to piss off all the retards in the chat tonight that are trying to disrupt the stream, go buy some coffee. Go buy some overpriced coffee from me. Don't buy it from Jeremy Retard from the quartering. You can go buy overpriced coffee from me in the Red Menace Supply Company. This is an extremely limited edition run, and it will be out of the store probably next week. So it's going to be the last chance to get some. So you can check that out. You can also pick up either of these two new designs in the Red Menace Supply Company. Anti-Antifa or Your Teachers Are Lying to You. Both these designs are 25% off for the rest of the month. And if you want to support the work I'm doing, go buy some cool stuff, and that's it. All right. So what we're going to do is we are going to get into the documentary. Now, I want to remind people that we do have rules when it comes to Socialism Saturday, and so I'm going to play a quick rule video so that everyone can be apprised of the rules. Anyone doing any sort of tower in my chat will be permanently banned, so don't do that. Thanks to ladies, sent you a picture of a sweatshirt. You can show it to others if you want. Hey, thanks for that. I appreciate it. Let me play the rules video in the chat, and hopefully we can ban all the retards while the rules video is playing. All right, for anyone that's new, we have some rules for Socialism Saturday. Let me go over them real quick. Socialism Saturday is a research group and a class. We do take this seriously. You're allowed to have fun. You're allowed to have a drink or two. You're allowed to kind of kick back and joke in the chat. However, I need everyone to understand that when we are researching the radical revolutionary left, we do take this seriously. And so if you're shitposting in my chat, I'm going to tell you to stop. If you are posting off topic in the chat, I'm going to ask you to stop at some point because it's going to be distracting to what we're doing. I need you to think of yourself as in a classroom. And I'm not talking about an online classroom. I'm talking about a real life classroom, okay? When you walk into a real life classroom, I am the teacher, you are the students. You are sitting in the desk, I am sitting in the front of the classroom. I'm standing there teaching you what is going on. If you were in a real life classroom, you wouldn't walk in, start throwing shit at the wall, yelling, saying, I disagree with you because my best friend said something different. That's not allowed. I don't care about your feelings. I'm not going to coddle your opinion. And that's going to be the way it is. And if you don't like it, you don't have to be here. But if you are in my classroom, you will respect my rules and you will listen to me. And if you do not do that, then you will be removed. And how you feel about being removed makes no difference to me at all. The expectation is if you're going to be here and you're going to be watching socialism with us and you're going to be participating in the chat, you are doing it because you are serious about learning this topic and understanding this topic. The minute that I think that you're just fucking around or you're trolling or something like that, you're going to get put in a timeout or permanently banned, and that's just going to be the way it is. Rule number 2, don't be a dick. Do not insult me. Do not insult other people in the chat. I can do whatever I want because I am the queen fascist bitch of my YouTube channel. So I can say and do whatever I want. But if you don't insult me and you don't insult other people in the chat, we're not going to have a problem. So be an adult, rein that shit in. Number 3, no whining. I don't care about your feelings. I don't care if you feel personally attacked. It makes no difference to me at all. And I promise you, I care about your feelings a little bit more than the left does. So if you can't handle me, you can't handle the left. If you start whining and complaining because you don't like the rules or you think you're being treated unfairly, you can just leave, bro. There's the door. You don't have to be here. Number 4, listen. Our job here and why we do Socialism Saturday is to listen to what the left is saying, to listen to what real leftists are doing in the real world. This is not to support your confirmation bias. This is not to support any conservative bullshit narrative that you may have heard on Glenn Beck that one time. This is not to be what you want it to be. This is to engage with reality. We need to listen, we need to actively listen, and we need to understand the left better than they understand themselves. That is the purpose of this exercise, okay? As part of that, I do ask that people refrain from debunking. You do not have a single debunk in your arsenal about the left is stupid because of reasons X, Y, B, and Z, or the left is hypocrites for reasons X, Y, B, and Z. You don't have a single debunk that we haven't heard before, okay? And every time you put energy into debunking, that is energy that you're not putting into listening. So if I see you debunking, I'm going to tell you to stop, because you need to put that energy into listening instead. Lastly, break the rules of my chat or disrespect me in any way, and I'll just kick you out, and that's the way it is. Hey guys, want to see something cool? Want to see something cool? Look at that! We have live protest coverage on the screen now. Aiden, thanks for becoming a member of the YouTube channel. I really appreciate it. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Now, I'm not entirely convinced that this is actually live coverage. I think that this is protest coverage that was happening out of Chicago today. But that's okay. That's okay. We can have protest coverage on the screen. I'm going to actually move it up here a little bit. We're going to just do it right up here so that we can kind of like monitor what's going on. There we go. There we go. We can see what's going on. Well, at the same time, we can watch the documentary that we want to watch. And if there's anyone else that, oh my God. Oh my God. See, yeah, all the people that we're banning would have benefited from that video. Too bad we're just banning them. Too bad we're just banning them. So we can get that going, guys. But let's dig in and let's watch this Unicorn Riot documentary, and we will be monitoring protest coverage. And if you guys see any other protest coverage that is going on anywhere else on the internet and you want us to kind of like bring that up, please let me know, and I will bring up other protest coverage as the live streams become plentiful tonight. I'm pretty sure this was earlier in the day in Chicago, though, so we'll just keep that up there so we can kind of monitor what's going on as we are watching this documentary. Please make sure you have mounted the like button if you would be so kind. Please make sure you are subscribed to the channel if you are not already, and if you're a newbie, welcome to Socialism Saturday. Let's get this party started.
Only history in the making. It's only the beginning, okay? Only the beginning. There goes here.
Where did my other thing go?
I thought that was me on the ground screaming for my brother. He's talking about he needs to breathe, bro. I walked over there. I'm like, damn, what's going on? Here, I look at the man, bro. He's on the ground. He's screaming for his life. He's trying to breathe, bro.
Immediately after George Floyd was murdered by the Minneapolis police, there was a vigil that next day. The vigil was about maybe thousands of people in the street that started on 38th in Chicago. There was a lot of community rage you could see and feel. Even though COVID was happening, there was a bunch of space in between people.
Oh shit. Hang on. 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 Sorry guys, my computer is being nutty. I'm trying to get all the different streams going at the same time, and it's just I've never done it like this before, so please be patient with me for a minute as I'm trying to get the other stream going. But let's turn back on to the George Floyd stuff. There we go. Now that's on the window. Okay, hopefully we get that fixed. Has Jeremy from the Quartering responded to your video reaction? Well, Jeremy from the Quartering made it seem as though it was no big deal that he lied about me. And then he continued to call me fat and ugly on the internet. And then he continued to whine when everyone called him out. And then he said he wasn't taking the video down. And then all of his friends, see, this is absolutely from the Quartering. Then all of his own people started telling him that he was an asshole in the comments. And then eventually he took the video down and he kept complaining about me, how I look on the internet. So that is basically the response from Jeremy from the Quartering. That's okay. He's allowed to be an asshole on the internet, and we're allowed to ignore his sorry ass.
We want this man arrested. We want this police officer arrested with his crime, not suspended. Because if anybody out here committed a felony or in this crime, they will be in jail right now. He needs to be in jail right now. So let's go to the police and make sure we get arrested.
So the vigil ended up marching down 38th Street and up Hiawatha to the 3rd precinct where the officers were employed at.
I feel hurt, I feel betrayed, I feel not safe, and honestly I feel like I'm not wanted in this country at all. Fuck the state, fuck the city, I'm not wanted in this country. I feel underrepresented, I feel fucking pissed off, I feel like I want to fucking burn some shit down right now, and honestly I don't want to see no police because I know I'm gonna fuck some shit up when I do see it.
On 32nd Street in Hiawatha, we saw some of the first interactions with police. It was one car with 2 officers in it. People started to direct their rage against that one car, started to throw things, started to smash on the windows, and that car ended up having to move back out of the intersection. And there was a lot of people who came in the middle of that to try to quell what people were emotionally showing with their actions. Right after that, we heard multiple people saying, you can't police my emotions.
Don't throw nothing. Don't tell me what to do. Don't tell me how to express my rage. Fuck them.
Once people got to the precinct, there was people who surrounded the precinct. There wasn't a police force on the outside, and the police were on the inside, some of them in riot gear, but some of them not. The people immediately had surrounded the precinct. There was people who were guarding the precinct to stop people from smashing windows and from spray painting on the precinct. But that quickly was sort of pushed aside as tons of youth and community members that were really angry and grief-stricken at what they saw the day before. They sort of came and swarmed around the precinct. There was a few windows that were shattered.
There goes the window. It's kind of tough on it, like, to actually. I've looked at it once. I couldn't watch it again, because of the tragedy, because of what I seen, how horrifying it was, how the power we don't have, we can't really do anything about that because they have the ban.
So as a reminder, guys, the what we're watching here is this is a documentary that was put together by socialists a couple months ago about the BLM riots in 2020, and we're watching it here as a way to kind of reflect on what the left might do now based on what they did then. What we're seeing up here, this was live coverage in Chicago earlier today. I don't think this is live now. Portland Andy isn't streaming right now. If he was, I would be doing that, but we're kind of monitoring like actual live coverage in this little screen we have up here. If you guys find other live streams of other protest coverage, let me know. But we're watching this documentary to learn something and to be able to kind of to think about how the left goes about these sorts of things, because I think the BLM riots are going to be very informative of what we're going to see from the left in these anti-ICE riots and things like that. And at the same time, we're monitoring live coverage on the ground. That's what we're doing tonight. Why are they protesting and rioting? Because the left all year since literally January has been doing anti-ICE activism, trying to prevent Trump's deportations from taking effect. And so right now, what you're seeing here is they're protesting outside immigration facilities, and they're having marches and demonstrations and that sort of stuff to protest ICE and the Trump deportation specifically. So that's what they're doing. That's what their big thing is right now. Here's another good one. Thank you, Reagan. I'll pull that up. Thank you. Appreciate it. Actually, we will watch that one. Actually, Reagan, thank you. That is actually perfect. I'll change that one over in a second. Thank you for finding that. Hey, 2 ladies with the $50 super chat. Thank you. I wanted to send out more subscriptions, but with all the trolls today, I just want to donate to Karlyn direct. Hey, that's actually a really good idea. Guys, if you're usually one to give subscriptions to people in the chat, like I know 2 ladies does all the time, we don't want any of the quarterings retards to get a gift subscription, okay? So make sure, like maybe just today, if you want to do something, I always appreciate people gifting subscriptions, of course. Maybe just do a super chat today, though, so you know that it's not going to someone who shouldn't get it. Thank you again for all your work. Yes, the local communists and Marxists are definitely getting more active here. Yeah, everything the Trump administration is doing, guys, is emboldening them. It's not making them stop. It's actually going to make them worse. Portland Andy is live. Okay, well, I'll take a look. He wasn't live when I started, so maybe he's gone live since. Maybe Antifa says they're gearing up for tomorrow night. Well, we're going to watch tonight, and we'll watch tomorrow night as well. We will watch every night because that is what we do. The No Kings protest was organized by progressives. It was not organized by Antifa. Antifa went and handed out flyers at the No Kings protest, but it was not organized by them. All good, Wolfgang. All good. Yeah, that's the $50 super chat the quartering wanted. Isn't that funny? Also got another $2. American Educator Magazine is calling Trump a fascist. We'll have to look into that, Yankee Lover. Thank you so much for that information. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Uh-oh, they're doing it on Twitter now. Well, I'll just have to go ban their accounts on Twitter, and that's fine too. Anyway, let's continue with the documentary, guys.
Gawkers and onlookers was explaining to the police that this guy is dying. The police got more emboldened to inject more pain and inflict more pain. And it's almost like he didn't want to give up the power that he had at the time. You understand what I'm saying, man?
From there, people moved into the back alley, and they took their anger out on a police cruiser, just demolishing it. From there, there was a police parking lot, and the precinct the door got open somehow, and people then swarmed into the parking lot and started taking out their rage on the police cars, as well as the individuals' cars who worked at the precinct, as that's their parking lot. When that happened, I immediately knew that was going to be sort of a tipping point for the police to then react, because they hadn't come out to react yet. They came in full force with a few riot squad vans, with the white vans and the jump out boys, and they came out to sweep the area. They shot a lot of flashbangs and less lethal munitions and a lot of tear gas when they first came.
Yeah, so Portland Andy right now isn't actually broadcasting coverage in Portland. He's kind of like just hanging out in his house or something. So we will keep an eye on Portland Andy, but I don't care about, no offense to Portland Andy. I actually just want to see protest coverage. I don't want to see him hanging out in his kitchen. Okay.
We were still live streaming. We were sort of stuck where the alley is in the back of the precinct. The police came to sweep that area, and there was a press standing next to us, and that press got batons to the neck. He expressed himself as press, and he was still attacked.
Whoa. Hey! Yo! You do not need to do that! No! You do not need to press! He's pressed! I'm pressed too! Press! I'm moving!
Spoke to him later, and he felt that he was specifically attacked because he was black.
It was crazy because there were so many police that walked past us, and that one officer that singled me out made a beeline directly at me. And I'm not one to play victim. I'm not one to be like, woe is me, right? But I did feel singled out in that moment. I was the only colored person in that area. I'm not quick to say that by any means, but that's what it felt like to me. I'm just glad that I responded as opposed to reacted because I was very freaked out.
And then the police tried to take control of the other parking lot. There's two parking lots, one that was locked, one that was open. They then pushed into those parking lots, pushing everybody back to Snelling Avenue near the Arby's, and shot a lot of tear gas. Probably the most tear gas I've ever seen shot in the Minneapolis or St. Paul area during any time in the recent past. Then it started to rain. The drizzle started to happen, but that didn't really stop the people pushing forward and continuing to fight. It was tit for tat. A lot of people on the front lines were putting their hands up. People on the periphery lines
this is
were
a good
throwing
point, actually.
rocks
I
and water
agree.
bottles at that point, and the police were shooting a lot of less lethals.
There goes more tear gas on that side. Morgan shot at the people that were lined up. Heads up, heads up! People are throwing some of the tear gas back. Police are shooting with rubber bullets and marker casings. Tear gas is really thick.
So you guys remember when we read that Antifa riot manual earlier this week, and they actually trained people on like the clothing and gloves they had to have in order to pick up tear gas canisters and throw it back? Do you guys remember that? Think about for everyone who went to the stream where we reviewed the Antifa kind of like protest riot manual. Let's see how many times we can see things that were in that manual show up in what happened in BLM in the BLM riots in 2020. Because I bet we're going to see a lot of the same stuff.
Really, nobody brought a gas mask that I see.
When the cops get away with murder, you know, and everybody wants to be peaceful, this is about as peaceful as it's going to get. Now is not the time to run. This is when you stand strong and let them know that we will not take this any longer. We will not take this any longer.
Here goes more getting tossed.
We took enough of this. We didn't care then. We got our foot down now. We tired of this.
Look, you can see Black Bloc.
See what they do to us? See what they do to us? They mason us for no reason. If it's war they want, we'll give them war. If they don't want to give us peace, hey, peace killed our brother. Sitting down, not doing shit, killed our brother. We're not going to get them back.
Hang on. Something is happening in the other stream. Hang on. What's happening? I will always go to the... This is live, guys. This is live in Chicago right now. What's happening? Hey, thank you, Kevin. I appreciate it.
Knucklehead goes to prison and he's impeached and he goes to prison. This shit's over. Yeah, ICE is not going to be a real good weapon. I know. You got an attitude with me, lady. What those people do to you? Tell me. You tell me, lady. What the hell did those people do to you? What did they do? What that old man slammed down on the ground over here? What did he do to you? He's a veteran, fellas. You just slammed a fucking veteran on the ground. Armed. Well, I'll tell you what,
Yeah, shift change. So what happens is they try to get the cars on video to dox the cars when they do this stuff.
I held up 20, 30
Let's just watch. See if they try to get the cars on video to dox them. Yeah, they're definitely yelling at the ICE agents.
If they did, I think you have every bit right to be as mad as you are. And if they did nothing to you, what the fuck is the matter with you? What the fuck is the matter with you? You think your mama is proud?
We're just going to watch live coverage for a minute, guys, to see if anything happens. And then we'll go back to our documentary.
In case we all act up. Wipe this all, right, guys?
And we're going to be kind of doing this back and forth all night, just when different things happen and different things pop off.
In his fucking grave. This is sad, man. And what did they do? What evil did they put on you? Did you feel it necessary to snatch them, kidnap them, and run them the hell out of our country? What did they do to you?
I'm right here. What are you doing? Oh, this is Chicago. This is Chicago. This is outside the immigration detention facility in Chicago, guys.
It's a sellout point, right? You sell out your fucking country for $50,000.
They said, get out of Chicago. No one wants you here. Okay, now they're going back in.
Don't cash your checks, kids. They're gonna get our money back.
Okay, but we need a live stream of them. Do you know where they're live streaming, Tony?
I feel safe now. Wow. God, do I feel better.
This is what they do when there's a shift change, guys, and like nothing actually happens. They just get yelled at.
Are you gonna slam one of us down here? I know, Randall. You want to take a shot. I know you do. I know you want to take the shot.
See? And nothing ever happens. Nothing ever happens. Yeah, we'll be watching for a while. All right, guys, let's go back to our BLM documentary. It seems as though nothing is really happening in Chicago right now, but we will keep monitoring. We got the Chicago feed right up here, so we will keep monitoring the Chicago feed. And if you guys have any other feeds that you want me to monitor, do let me know. But we will go back in the meantime to our documentary about BLM that we were watching.
Get their cars back. They don't get their building back. They don't get their shit back. We're not getting our brother back. So it's fuck the police to the death of me. That's on my mama.
Some fireworks were shot, and the police were then using less lethals to shoot back at people who they thought were throwing rocks.
We got sons, we got uncles, we got nephews. That's not right. They supposed to provide, they supposed to serve. They don't care. They shrug their shoulders, they don't care. Like,
Well, this is a really good question, actually, 60s DJ, that you're asking. Do you think Antifa could use people to entice ICE to commit some sort of Kent State incident? I firmly believe that the college encampments over the past couple of years have been trying to deliberately provoke a Kent State incident. Thankfully, it hasn't happened yet. Do I think Antifa could try to provoke that? Yeah, 100%. Antifa's goal is to provoke the police, provoke ICE into doing something violent so they can be violent back towards them. That is their goal. Antifa specifically writes in their propaganda that they are safer when they are provoking the police at the front than when they're hanging out at the back. So could that happen? Absolutely. And that's why we'll be doing riot coverage. That is it. What am I drinking? I am drinking a 1911 hard cider called Haunted Hayride. That's a pumpkin spice hard cider. It is also 6.9% alcohol. I've got a couple of these. I've got a couple unfiltered ciders. We are having a cider night. If you're drinking something fun, please let us know in the chat.
That ain't right. Period.
It was like the battle at Snelling and Lake, where Target carts were used as barricades, as well as the bus station. And at one point, even a semi was used as a barricade to stop police from shooting people who were throwing rocks or projectiles. And the police were shooting a lot. I got shot at twice from standing where I was.
Tactics.
I was not throwing things. I had specifically, a camera rig in one hand, mic in the other. And one of the times I got shot at was one of the less lethals came right directly towards my head in the bus stop and broke through the bus stop window.
What the
And only moments later, maybe a minute or two, is when I got shot in the arm. And I got shot in the arm after a person got shot at with a less lethal. And the glass, it went through the glass of the bus stop, because they shattered the glass of the bus stop by shooting their projectiles through, the police did. And glass then went into the person's eye. I reached down to film it and see if he was okay. And at that point is when I got hit.
Are they moving?
Ah!
The rain seemed to quell that night's push for more action, as it started to rain really, really hard. Liquor store across the street from the Minneapolis 3rd Precinct was looted. At the time, people were expropriating what they wanted out of there. There was a moment where the police then came out finally for the first time onto the street from inside of their area, where they had originally sort of been on the sides, and they had set up barricades along the sides at that time too. What we saw there was a few people that were going inside and out of the liquor store, and then we saw the police reaction to that. They sent in a SWAT unit. The SWAT unit came with concussion grenades, threw them into the store, came in like they were clearing the area like an Iraq war zone. We saw very violent arrests at that point as well.
Get on the fucking ground! Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Yo, what the fuck? Do you see that? What the fuck was that? What the fuck was that? Yo, do you see that? Why are they punching him? Why are they punching him? The police are punching him in the face multiple times. Do not kill him, please. Do not kill him.
That was just the first night. Things continued all night that night. People were doing a bunch of different things in a bunch of different manners that led to what we saw the next few days.
Shit not gonna change unless we take a stand here. We don't leave right now or the next hour, even the next hour. We stay here all night if we have to, and we come our asses back tomorrow if we got to. And the next day, and the next day.
guys from the precinct and then into the field and saw that police were on top and around the precinct, and they were shooting at people. People were building different barricades.
My family fought for this country. So basically, man, military personnel is supposed to be out here to support the people. Who gonna protect us against those that are supposed to protect us? You know what I'm saying? The military. The military is supposed to be out here protecting us, standing front line. Yeah, I got my firearm on me. Yeah, I got a 100-round drum. Yeah, I got the loot dirty in the pocket. I know what's up. I'm not going. I'm not going. I'm shooting back if they shoot me. If they shoot y'all, I'm shooting back. If they got y'all down with their knee in your neck, I'm coming for them.
You can feel it. You can feel it yesterday. You can feel it today. All day it's been like this. Helicopters overhead, shots, tear gas, vandalism from the community. People, that's the only way people fighting back at this point is property. And property does not equal George Floyd's life, the folks say.
Oh, yeah?
And so this is where we are.
Property, it's all about property, as in private property ownership, as in capitalism. These people are just trying to protect property, and property is not the same as George Floyd's life. Whenever they're mentioning property, guys, that is a reference to capitalism. Hey, thanks, Skater, for that super chat. I appreciate it. No. This is a retard answer, and you've been around my chat far too long to give these retard chats. Don't ever do this again. Like you have consistently chatted in some of the most retarded shit over the past several weeks. You've been around, you've heard me explaining this. Either you're listening or you're not. Listen, guys, if you're new to the channel, there are a lot of people who are new to the channel right now. And so I don't expect people who are brand new to the channel to know everything. I really don't. It's totally fine to ask questions. It's totally fine to ask me to break stuff down. But what you need to understand is this person has been around the channel for a while, and this person keeps saying the same retard shit in the chat when he's not listening. And so there's nothing that pisses me off more than someone who hangs around in my chat just to say retard shit when they don't listen to what the answer actually is. New people, I don't expect you to know everything. I expect you to know more, okay? Exactly. So I'm watching, and if you keep doing this, I'm just gonna ban you, okay? At some point, you gotta sink or swim, bro. At some point. Thanks, Shane, for the super chat. Do you think that the end goal is to make this administration to initiate martial law? No. The end goal is to overthrow the government. The end goal is to create a proletarian uprising, to create a revolutionary uprising to overthrow the government. That is the goal. That is what they've been trying to do for a long time. That is their only goal. Thank you. How dare you? Thank you for the super chat. Karlyn, revolutionary socialists and Antifa-like characters, what drugs do they take? It's like any other group, bro. I won't not all. By the way, I wouldn't make the assumption that they're all on drugs. Straight edge is a thing. There are some people that don't drink, don't do drugs, don't do nothing. There are some people that I'm sure smoke weed. There are some people I'm sure that do harder drugs. But it's like any other community. It's not. There's no specific like drug behavior that is unique to Antifa that does not happen in other communities as well. I understand why you might think there would be, but I've never seen evidence of that at all.
Helicopters overhead, shots, tear gas, vandalism from the community. People, that's the only way people fighting back at this point is property. And property.
Hey, bro, have you ever watched anything that's not clickbait bullshit on Twitter? Have you seen their mugshots that Andy No posts on his Twitter, that he is selective about what he posts and doesn't show you everything? But man, those mugshots that Andy No posts all the time to make people outrage so that they click on his content and share his content, they sure look weird. Have you ever actually watched The Real Far Left? Have you ever been undercover at their events? Or are you just going based off of the selective crazy mugshots that Andy No posts on Twitter? Do you want me to show you about 1 million pictures of conservative retards that are obviously on crack and doing meth? Do you want me to show you about 1 million pictures of conservative retards that are just completely drunk off their asses? Do you want me to play you clips of Christian conservatives completely drunk off their asses threatening violence against people? Because I can do all of those things very easily without trying that hard. When I tell you that it's no different than any other group, what I mean is it's no different than any other group. And selective information that is cherry-picked to outrage you does not actually change that analysis. Half are on hormones. Okay, bro, let me tell you what. You the only reason you're not getting banned right now is you sent me a $10 super chat. That's it. Because this is a retard answer. No, genius. Half of them are not on hormones. That's not true. And you have no proof that it is. So stop making shit up. And if you say one more retard thing in my chat, I'm putting you into timeout for 24 hours to prevent you from saying any more retard stuff in my chat, because I don't want to permanently ban you. You sent me in a super chat. It's just bad form to permanently ban someone after they send in a super chat. But if you say one more retard thing in my chat, I'm going to put you in a timeout for 24 hours to make you fucking listen. And if you don't want to do that, next time you will get permanently banned. Thank you, Gary. These guys have been indoctrinated for a very long time. Yeah, Gary, that's very, very true. Probably since they were 5 years old in school.
Does not equal George Floyd's life, the folks say. And so this is where we are right now. We're here in Minneapolis on Lake Street, Minnehaha.
Don't shoot! Hands up! Don't shoot! Hands up! Don't shoot!
And they're shooting right where the injured people are. The person is not moving their eyes. Their eyes were wide open and they were not moving them. And the police are shooting more on this side.
They're shooting at people.
Yep, they are. They're moving their people who were in the front lines were doing a bunch of nonviolent, like standing with their hands up. They were getting shot and maced. That was making the crowd more enraged. The people in the back then were throwing projectiles. Medics were helping everybody. Medics were also getting attacked.
For those of you who are new, this is a teaching and research stream. I am teaching you shit that you have no fuck off idea about the left. If you have questions, you can let me know. If you think you know more about the left than I do, please let us know by putting the left's definition of capitalism in the chat so that we know what you're talking about. But this is a teaching and research stream. I was very clear when I started it. I know we have new people here and we're going to have to bring those new people along, but this is a teaching and research stream.
Pussy ass bitch! No! That was pretty fucked up.
Yeah, you're right about that. They will. Hang on. There's something happening. They're yelling at them. I want to know what they're saying. Oh, they just handed them a note of some sort. Again, we're going back to live protest coverage in Chicago because something is happening. They were like the protester was essentially yelling at ICE.
I'm showing my face. I'm showing my face. Show yours. What show yours? Do to you? Show your face. What they do? Here's mine. What they do? 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 Shame! Shame!
Holding a Mexican fucking flag.
Americans!
You're not American. You're a
like
fucking
that.
Mexican.
You're not.
Fucking woman holding a Mexican flag telling people they're not American. Are you serious? Are you serious? They're chanting in Spanish. They're chanting in Spanish.
If you're not ashamed, show your face. Yeah, I see your ass. And then you cover up right away, so you're apparently ashamed, motherfucker. They know that after they show their identity. Keep it off! You're apparently ashamed, Trump's gonna defend you? You think Trump's gonna defend you if you do something? If the law and a jury finds is illegal, you think Trump's gonna defend you? You're gonna end up like America's mayor, broke.
Guys, this is live outside of the immigration detention facility in Broadview, Illinois, outside of Chicago. We are going back and forth between a documentary and live protest coverage tonight. Stand up, fight back.
Why I got a feeling we're gonna fucking be blew up out of here? Is that tension? Be honest. The size,
This is in Chicago. This isn't in Portland. This is in Chicago. No, it's probably going to pop off in Portland too.
Shame!
Oh, you got to be here to organize this crowd. This is a disgrace, sir. I'm telling you right now. This is a disgrace.
Shame!
I hope the fucking mom is proud of you.
Leave your house and
disgrace.
This is going to be going on all night, guys. We're just tuning into live coverage when it looks like something might happen. But this is going to be going on all night in Chicago, in Los Angeles, in Portland. We will do a bunch of live coverage tonight.
Let's see. Yeah, I'm talking about you. Cover it up again. That's how much a pussy you are. Say it loud, say it clear. Immigrants are welcome here. Say it loud,
Sing it clear. Immigrants are welcome here.
say it loud, say it clear. Immigrants are welcome here. Say it loud, say it clear. Immigrants are welcome here. Say it loud, say it clear. Immigrants are welcome here. Say it loud, say it clear. Immigrants are welcome here.
I'll tell you what, when's the brown shirts coming?
No fear, no hope. Freedom for all. No fear, no wall. Freedom for all. Freedom for all.
Down, down with deportation. Up, up with liberation. With liberation. Down, down with deportation. Down, down with deportation. Up. Hey, ICE, we're no fools. Out of our neighborhoods, out of our schools. Hey, ICE, we're no fools. That's a retard take. No, they're not. Retard take. Hey, ICE, we're no fools. Out of our neighborhoods, out of our schools. Okay, they're just chanting. So I want to answer this question from Jack because it's a good question. Thank you, Jack, for asking it. Do you think some of these people are part of organizations being paid? Do you think this is organic? Yes, this is organic. No, they are not paid protesters. What we are seeing here is going to be a mix of tenant rights organizing, immigrant rights organizing, and Antifa. That's what we're seeing outside. This is specifically the Broadview Immigration Facility in Chicago, outside of Chicago. And so those are the three main types of groups that we're going to be seeing. The whole paid protester thing, guys, is a bullshit conservative talking point that isn't real. These people are not paid to do this. They genuinely believe this. This is part of their identity. This is part of who they are. So these people are not here just because they're getting $15 an hour or whatever bullshit narrative conservatives want to create on any given day. They're part of tenant rights groups, immigrant rights groups, and Antifa. That's what you're seeing here. I appreciate you asking the question, Jack. Thank you. How would I know? Because I do this for a living and I know what the different groups look like and I know what the different groups act like. I literally do this all day, every day, 12 to 16 hours a day for the last 5 years. That's how I know. Soros is not funding them. No, wrong. No. These are not Democrats, you fucking retards. These are socialists. No, wrong, false. Stop lying. Stop making shit up. This is not real. Stop fucking lying. Oh, that's an answer? Oh yeah? That's not an answer? Oh yeah? Oh yeah? That's not an answer? Hey, guess what? You just got permanently banned. Go the fuck away. You don't want to listen to the answer that I'm giving because you don't like it. See, guys, how many, are we up to 24 conservative retards banned in the chat tonight because they're getting their feelings hurt because they don't want to fucking listen? These are immigrant rights groups, these are tenant rights groups, and these are Antifa. It's those three groups. These are not, well, there might be some progressives in there, but these are not Democrats. These are not liberals. These are fucking communists. I know. Hey, thanks, Tiffany, for the Rumble rant. Tiffanel says in a Rumble rant, Karlyn, please tell the newbies that tenant rights groups are common communist organizing groups. Yes, that is exactly right. So tenant rights, so socialists do not believe in private property, right? They do not believe that landlords should exist. And therefore, one of the things they do to combat the evil landlord is they form tenant rights groups in their communities. It is through the tenant rights groups in the communities that they're doing a lot of anti-ICE organizing. So what they do is they create these signal chats where everyone in the community is in a signal chat through their tenant rights organizations. And then anytime someone sees ICE in the neighborhood, they train people to understand what ICE looks like. Anytime they see ICE in the neighborhood, they start texting into the signal chats to let everyone else know that ICE is in the neighborhood. So that is one of the ways that they're doing their anti-ICE organizing. That's one of the ways that they're trying to get people to come out and block ICE vehicles. They're especially doing that in Los Angeles. They're doing it in other places too. So thanks, Tiffanel, for that note. I should have been more clear what I meant about that, but I'm still going to ban any conservative retards that don't want to listen and that just want me to say their favorite talking points. That doesn't happen here, guys. We hinge into reality. Ban the shit heels in the chat. Yes, I will. Yes, I will. We have standards here. We have rules, and we will not allow people to disrupt our community. Conservatives so desperate to uphold the narrative, and then more desperate to uphold the narrative than preserve the nation. Ooh, what's going on? What's going on? Hang on. What's going on? Are they going to shoot them with something? That'd be pretty great. Hang on. Thank you, guys.
Power!
Welcome to my world. Welcome to my world. Yeah.
Shame! 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 This is not how this country's supposed to go. This is the public street. The public street. Why? Why? This car right here. You're in a display. Do it again. Somebody asked me. Oh, fuck.
It is.
Yeah, I think so. Yes, young white men and white women. Yep. I don't think the John Brown Gun Club is a branch of Antifa, no. You're kidnapping people, they're saying? That's an Antifa talking point. They're kidnapping people.
Yeah, that's what I thought. You can't even look at me. Got it. You know you're wrong. You know you're kidnapping.
Thanks, Reagan.
You know it. Quit your job. Shame on all of you. You know you're in the wrong. You know you're going to be in the history books. You know it's wrong. Yeah, you're paying.
I don't want fucking history book. You fucking read. If this is fucking read it.
We're just walking this way.
They do, but I don't think that they're the same. I just don't. Maybe I'm wrong. You can prove me wrong, but yeah, real. Where are the Proud Boys when we need them? Exactly.
Against you as fucking soldiers. This is what the Second Amendment is all about, guys.
You hear this? Do you guys hear this woman crying? This is what the Second Amendment is all about.
Read your fucking Constitution. You guys are on the wrong side of the fucking issue. Think about it. Would your parents and grandparents be proud of what you did?
The writing was on the wall. This is not some fucking game to me. This is not funny.
Yeah, I would like the link to that. Hang on, let me look it up. I think I already have it. Hang on, let me look it up. I think I have it. I got it. I got that link. I got that link, Sammy. Thank you. I have it in another window.
It's not going to look good in the court in a few years.
When are you going to kill yourself? Like, when are you planning to... You got a gun right there. Come on, do it. The only good Nazi is a dead Nazi.
Yo! You hear that? The only good Nazi is a dead Nazi.
Yourself yet? Yeah, I'm looking at you. When are you going to kill yourself? Make the world a better place, you know? Every dead Nazi is a good Nazi.
Oh my God!
You got a gun right there. When are you going to kill yourself?
Wow. Wow.
Quit your job. Quit your job. Quit your job.
Yes, and they don't care, Shane. Thanks for the super chat. They have, though.
Quit your job. 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 Quit your job.
This is Chicago, guys. Hang on, I'm trying to get
Yeah, real strong thumbs up. You got a lot of power there. Fucking loser. Go kill yourself. You can be home right now. Go in your
guys up there. We've got Los Angeles. Up there is Los Angeles right now. We may just turn this into a live protest stream. Who knows? The coverage was pretty boring last night, so we're doing this instead. Okay, Chicago, they're going back in.
I'm a fucking U.S. citizen expressing my fucking personal rights. Yes, get my face. Throw me in fucking jail for expressing my personal rights. And that's when you know you're fucking working for a Gestapo.
The Mexican lady protesting the government should be deported. I'm just saying. You know what's sad is that he just told the agents, yeah. The immigrant, the lunatics from the right actually, yeah, they did. Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did. Yeah, yeah.
Why should I show you my passport if you can't show me your face?
She just said, why should I show you my passport if you won't show me your face?
That's the one that called me so beautiful. He said I'm so beautiful.
They're awesome. They're all awesome.
He called me something. I'm sure he would have called me savage too, right?
Oh, I'm
That's
sure.
what he used to call us back in the day, huh?
Back in the day, that's how we were to you.
Merciless savage. That's what I am. Proudly too.
Guys, we're watching live protest coverage right now. All right. We've got Los Angeles up there. We've got Chicago right here. It looks like things are cooling down, so I want to go back to the BLM documentary. Look at that guy having a t-shirt mask.
Hey, what time does the orgy start?
They've got Chicago up on the screen up there as well.
I think I saw you on Grindr last night, dude.
Bub Savvy, thank you. Let's assume I am a rich leftist who hates capitalism, wants to overthrow the government. Could I employ or donate individual members to let the philosophy play out? Well, yes, but... So here's the thing, guys. Here is the thing that you don't seem to understand. There is almost no possibility that what you're describing actually exists. Because what you're trying to do is, and I know this because conservatives do this stupid shit all the time, instead of looking at the actual evidence and hinging into reality, what you're trying to do is say, let's create a completely fictional story to make it look like George Soros is funding this so that I can ask Karlyn a completely hypothetical question that is not grounded in reality because I've just made up a fictional story that isn't real. And I'm trying to trick Karlyn into answering my question to say, is this possible, Karlyn? Is there a realm of possibility in which this could happen? That's what you're doing right now. So what I would say to you, Bub Savvy, is that we deal in evidence here. We don't deal in feelings. We don't deal in narrative. We don't deal in made up hypothetical scenarios that don't exist. No. Only literal retards think George Soros is funding Antifa. Do you want to be a retard, John? Then if you want people to think you're a retard, then the very best thing you can do is to continue to say that George Soros is funding Antifa, because only literal retards say that, and it makes it very, very easy for us to identify who is a literal retard and who is high IQ enough to be here. George Soros is not funding Antifa. That is a no. Okay, John, we're putting you in a timeout. You're going to shut the fuck up and listen. John wants to argue with me. Guys, on my channel, you're going to learn very, very quickly that you are in my classroom. I'm not in yours. If you don't listen to the information I'm giving you, I'm going to take away your ability to speak. There is no universe in which George Soros is funding this. Bub Savvy, I appreciate the super chat. If you would like to provide me with evidence, you can do that. But we don't deal in made-up hypotheticals here. Notice some protesters have shields as signs, combat ready gear backpacks. Well, yes, because they buy them with mutual aid. Andre. Thanks for the super chat. I appreciate it. All right, guys. It looks like things are settling down now, so I do want to go back to our documentary that we're watching. We are watching a documentary about the Black Lives Matter riots in 2020, the George Floyd. Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah, guys, look, we have another retard here that thinks I'm a communist. Are you smart enough to be here, retard? Are you smart enough to be here? Or do you see we get this is one of my very favorite types of retard conservatives, because they come into my chat and they subscribe just to do this because they think they're owning the communists, because this person has not listened to a word that's been said. This person hasn't read a video description. This person hasn't done any research at all. They're just being a conservative retard in the chat because they think they're getting one over on the libs. But what's really great is we just get to ban them and never hear from them again. Okay. We're going to go back to the BLM documentary, and we're going to keep monitoring the live protest coverage. And when there is something that happens in the live protest coverage, we will go to that. But we are also simultaneously learning from the Black Lives Matter riots to look back and see what was going on 5 years ago that maybe will be going on again. Okay? Oh, I just stopped sharing the screen accidentally. Hang on. Mobby. There you go.
You guys gonna make a statement, I've heard? You guys gonna stand up and say some shit?
Hang on. Listen, again, if you're new here, new people, I welcome you to ask questions. Welcome all new people. I don't want you to think that like you're going to get in trouble for asking a dumb question. I'm new here. What is the reason the right is fixated on George Soros? What is the true part of any political movement on the left? George Soros funds progressive groups. George Soros funds groups like Indivisible. Indivisible is like the organizers of the No Kings protest. And those people are a problem. That I mean, I'm not saying that those people aren't a problem, but people have got to understand there is a difference between progressive groups who do not want to overthrow the government and radical revolutionary socialists and Antifa who do want to overthrow the government. George Soros does not fund Antifa at all in any way. Antifa is funded by mutual aid exclusively. This is part of their ideology. And so I understand why people might be confused, but we are nuanced here and we hinge into reality and we don't make shit up. And thank you, Jack, for asking the question. I do appreciate it.
How about you? No, didn't think so. Bunch of bitches. All here. Now they're doing all this shit. They made an old woman just standing there like this. Makes people just standing there, not even threatening or none of that. Why is that?
Rubber bullet, man. I still got it.
They shot me twice, and I'm a kid. They shot me twice, and I'm a kid. They don't give a fuck.
See, there's a fucking bullet that destroyed my knee.
They don't give a fuck. They don't
Stop
give a
this.
fuck about none of us.
Fuck the police.
They don't give a fuck.
Stop killing
my man. We got water bottles, some glass, some water.
Imagine how I feel.
We've had our hands up there.
Imagine how I feel. I've been doing this for over 4 years, bro. This is why I yell on the internet. You've been here 2 weeks. I've been dealing with this bullshit for 4 years. Yes, it is organic, but it's been going on for months and months and months. Hang on, I just got a super chat. Hang on. Yeah, the struggle is real. Debate shorties. Karlyn, conservative retard here. Hang on. I want to be very clear. I am not calling all conservatives retards. I want to be very clear about this. I am not saying that everyone who is a conservative is a retard. I am saying that smart conservatives know there are retards in their group who behave like retards. So don't think I'm calling every conservative a retard. I'm not. I'm just saying that there is a niche of conservative retards and they all find their way to my channel at some point and they're really annoying and awful and stupid and all that stuff. Found your channel about 2 weeks ago while doing research. I figured there is more going on than the two major sides have been saying. Thanks. Hey, I do appreciate that, and I appreciate you coming to the channel. We only deal in primary source evidence here, so we always know what's going on. Sally, thank you for the super chat. I really appreciate that. Let's see. Shane, thank you for the super chat. Have I heard of the poly bias theory? And if you did, do you believe it's a real concept? No, I haven't heard of that. If you want to tell me what that is, you can just put it in a regular chat and I'll show that on the screen. You don't have to send in another super chat again. All right.
Macing us. They've been tear gassing us. They've been throwing flashbangs. They're either murderers or they're fucking protecting murderers.
Reporting live. We in Minneapolis, baby. 651, 612, east side of
the true. Actually, yeah.
When the AutoZone got set up on fire that second day is when the police again had came out of the precinct area. They used that opportunity to push the crowd back a few blocks.
People are flooding down here. Last bones with the question can have the throwing.
that then pushed the vandalism further. Every time the police made an incursion on a different area or specifically attacked a different area, it seemed like the crowd then filtered out. People were spreading in different neighborhoods, and also that was pushing the police to not have enough backup or to not have specific opportunity to cover a specific area, and then was distracting them from other things. So all of these things were playing part.
Maybe we'll do that.
He just threw that up here. Yeah. Nobody up here threw anything at him. So that's what we see.
Man, I hope we get some good fireworks going on in this year's protest.
Cousin of Brian Quinones.
See, Bub Savvy, you're doing it again. Bub Savvy, oh, hang on, that's not the right one. Bub Savvy, you're doing exactly the same thing I just told you not to do. You're saying, Karlyn, isn't it true that most people in Antifa are rich white liberals? No, that's not the truth. Again, that is a conservative bullshit narrative. Who finds the time to do this? How could they possibly be doing this without George Soros funding? Bub Savvy, what you need to do is you need to go and watch all of my other coverage about the left and Antifa, because we have literally covered how they are funding this in their own words. You are never going to see that on the news of your conservative bullshit con artists, because it doesn't serve their narrative. Again, stop asking these questions where you're like, Karlyn, here is a hypothetical. And what if all the people in Antifa are from rich white families? What about that? We're like, they can't possibly be doing this all on their allowance money. They must be stop doing this shit. We hinge into reality here, not the conservative bullshit narrative.
BTMC got killed by the police last September 7th, 2019. It's fucked up what they're doing out here, man. We got to stand up for our rights and stick with our people, you know? We can't let them do what they do and not about it.
Antifa is literally making shields out of trash cans, and you think that they've got money that they're playing with? Riddle me this, conservative retards. Why is Antifa making shields out of trash cans if they've got all this money to play with? No, you're doing, don't. Do not treat me as though I'm fucking stupid. I know exactly what you're doing. I've been doing this a long time. You do one more thing where you ask one of these bullshit hypothetical questions, and I'm timing you out for the rest of the stream.
We all gotta stand up and we gotta make a change. We gotta be the change.
I can't breathe! I can't breathe! I can't breathe! I can't breathe!
100% 10 toes for George. We are here to support all throughout it. Nobody should have went through that. He had handcuffs on. He did not resist the whole time. I've seen multiple videos. He did not resist, and they still felt the need to kill him. Somebody lost their life, just living their everyday life, literally. It is sad. And yes, my community is tired.
Shane.
My community is tired. As you can see, that's why we have a riot.
We should have to come together like this. This is sad, really. You gotta stop doing this to us. We need justice. How does man get killed like this?
He did not deserve to die. I know him personally. He's a good man, man. He don't deserve.
You knew George?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, you want to talk about him?
He's a good man. He worked hard for his family. He's a good supporter. He didn't do nothing wrong.
Yeah, meth head.
He never did. He did not but
meth
give back
head.
to the community and help the community. If anything, he'll give his last dollar for anybody. The cops are wrong for this, man.
The change need to be now, because Donald Trump, Joe Biden, those ain't the answers. So something's gonna pop. It's gonna be a long summer. It's gonna be a thick winter. We're going into some seasons. So this is a new norm. Get used to the shit we on here, because we out here. Real shitty.
I saw it. I looked at it. Thank you. I displayed it on the screen.
fam in the face with the gas pellet. That's what they own. They don't care about us. That's inhumane. They don't care. This is an inhumane practice. These people, it's not even a, it's a lack of humanity. It's not even about racism. It's not even about capitalism. It's not even about colonialism. It's about a lack of humanity, man. All this shit is a consequence. I feel bad because these is businesses, but this, man, it is what it is. Put your money where your mouth at is. When you come back, when they buzz your insurance, let's see what your model look like after that. Every one of these is gonna get recovery insurance. Every business got insurance on here, so this is capitalism at its finest. These people ain't gonna take no losses. That police
Capitalism.
More officers. What are y'all gonna do though? No.
I feel like we've watched this documentary before, but they just uploaded it on their YouTube channel like a couple months ago. But I feel like we watched this before. Maybe we watched something else they produced with similar footage. But oh, look at that. He's talking about capitalism being why they're doing what they're doing in the George Floyd riots. Imagine my shock.
This, man, it is what it is. Put your money where your mouth at is. When you come back, when they buzz your insurance, let's see what your model look like after.
Bro, what I propose you do is shut the fuck up and learn. What I propose you do is to unlearn every conservative. Like, I know you're new here. But I'm getting really tired of people asking the same question over and over when I keep answering the question and you don't like the answer that I'm giving you. Asking the question again because you don't like the answer that you're getting is not actually the way to handle this problem. What do I propose you do? I propose you shut the fuck up. You listen to what is actually going on based on primary source evidence. You unlearn every ridiculous bullshit narrative that the conservative media has ever taught you, and you start to hinge into reality about what the real far left is doing in the real world. Because until you idiots start actually understanding the enemy that you're fighting, there is no tactic that I can give you that you are going to be able to implement because you don't even understand the enemy that you're fighting. So your job right now as a new person on the channel is to listen to what I am telling you, to shut the fuck up and stop talking, and to hinge into reality using primary source evidence. It's not to continue to make shit up that fulfills your narrative. It is to stop talking and to start listening. And until you do that, there is literally nothing else I can give you to do. You don't even know who supports these people or how they fund what they do. So perhaps now is the time to learn what is going on so that you can actually fight back. That is what I propose. Nix, thank you for the super chat. Karlyn, do you think Antifa looks different at the ICE facilities of protest now with everything that's happened? Are they dumping black bloc? No, they're not dumping black bloc at all. If you went to so this week I covered the Antifa protest and riot manual. You can go back and listen to the stream from the other day. And so basically Antifa will bring changes of clothes. So during the day, Antifa is less likely to be in black bloc, but they bring changes of clothes where they change into black bloc at night. Antifa are also not the only people protesting the ICE facilities. There are tenant rights groups protesting the ICE facilities. There are immigrant rights groups protesting the ICE facilities. There are do-gooder progressive groups protesting the ICE facilities. So there are multiple groups involved. We're always hyper mindful of who are the different groups involved so we know how those groups are going to behave, because all those different groups behave differently, okay? So what we're seeing is a mishmash of groups that are all coming together. Now, most of those groups are on the far left. Progressives are not on the far left, but they show up and they cause problems. But most of those groups, immigrant rights groups, tenant rights groups, and Antifa are all on the far left, because it's my channel and I'll do whatever the fuck I want. And if you think the left is going to be nicer to you, you can go and try your luck with them. No fucking whining. Old Dog New Tricks, thank you for the super chat. Keep thinking the far left are stupid and jobless while they take over education jobs and queer all your children. Who's actually stupid? See, this is exactly what I'm saying, Old Dog New Tricks. This is what I'm saying. The right always wants to say the left doesn't have jobs, the left is stupid, the left is lazy. Meanwhile, the left controls the unions and they control the public schools, and I don't know how they're doing that if they don't have jobs. Exactly the point. Exactly. Guys, we are monitoring live protest coverage up here. I have different streams on my desktop right now. If something happens with live protest coverage outside the immigration facilities, we will go to that. Right now, we are watching a George Floyd Black Lives Matter BLM 2020 riot as kind of like looking back at what happened before to see if it shows up again.
Every one of these is gonna get recoverable insurance. Every business got insurance on here, so this is capitalism at its finest. These people ain't gonna take no losses. That police department's gonna come back with more officers. What are y'all gonna do though then though? It's time though. It ain't about no carry, conceal and carry. It's about what we gonna do with the guys. Is we gonna have to change. We have to abolish the police. We have to change the narrative, man. We can no longer have a lot of the systems we have, man. I ain't got all the answers, man, but get involved, man.
This is the community out here that you're seeing right now. This is Southside. This is Minneapolis. And, you know, our people are dying every day. So, you know, this is what happens when you keep killing our people. This is what happens you see here. So this is a warning for the entire world that, you know, you need to stop murdering us. You need to stop murdering our people.
Stay tuned with Unapologetic.
Man, fuck the police.
Hands up on our knees. They maced me. Look what they did in my leg, bro. Look what they did in my leg, bro. I'm 16 years old. They shot me, bro. They shot me, bro. Our hands are up.
You see what's happening?
Until we get justice, we ain't
Hey, but they not gonna stop me. They not gonna stop shit. Fuck the fucking police. How about that? George Floyd. You understand?
Thank you.
There's an officer actually taking a piss.
Me and Eugene, I like that. Thank you.
Right next to a fuck 12.
Y'all cause this shit. Y'all cause this shit. You all back now. That fucking broken it. Let's put it over. Y'all back in that shit.
Whoa. Whoa. He was gone. He was gone.
Fuck you, bitches! Fuck you, bitches! We still want you!
They beat the nuts out of the man. And you see them walking into the precinct.
We gonna fuck up for no shit. Y'all might want to bring y'all piggy asses down here. This shit ain't never been. This is what the fuck y'all created. No justice, no peace.
The police have lost all control. They don't have any control of the situation. They don't have a protest leader to try to tell that they need to keep their shit together.
Like, I feel like the streets, man, is finally a step that we need to take, coming together and fighting these motherfuckers that we need to fight, bro. They evil. You feel me? This bullshit right here, it's just...
Guys, there are a lot of people that are starting to congregate outside of that Chicago facility. There are a lot of people. Just look at this real quick. We're not going to go to it, but this on the right here, this is the Chicago facility. This is a different view than we were watching earlier. There is a ton of people that are starting to congregate outside the Chicago facility, and it's only going to get worse as the sun goes down, and Antifa is going to come out as the sun goes down. So we're going to keep monitoring that. There's some other protest coverage that's on the screen as well, I think out of Los Angeles. Of course, we're also keeping an eye on Portland tonight, but look at that crowd outside of the Chicago facility. And these are not paid protesters. Shit's going to go down tonight, guys. I promise you. We will be continuing coverage all night. We're watching a documentary right now as well, just to pass the time.
Should have been happening a long time ago. So I'm gonna put it to you like this: fuck the police, you heard me? And the boosting that's words, you heard?
Corporate stores were lit on fire and looted, with the goods expropriated and brought back to the people who were on the front lines. We saw that with Target. We saw that with Cub.
Yeah, listen, I know all this shit is fucked up and they're doing all this shit. Look at the fires, bro. Look at all the fires. But listen, this is what happens when you kill our people. You can't be killing our fucking people.
King 2.0, they fucked up.
It's fucked up out here, bro. This is where we from, and we destroying our own city. But there's a reason, man.
They got us fucked up. Yeah, RP to everybody that lost their life to the police, man. That's what this whole thing is about, okay? Don't get misconfused because everybody fucking shit up. We out here for one reason and one reason only, man. Justice. That's it. George, rest in peace, man. We forever got you. Fuck 12, MPDK. You know how we rockin'.
In the 30. No, niggas, y'all on the wrong team. Y'all on the wrong team. That's all I gotta say.
It's gonna take bloodshed. We done talking.
Hey, thanks, Shelly.
People are tired of it. You know,
ACAB.
I'm ready to die tonight behind this shit. I don't care. My kids here. I got 5 kids. There's no way they're gonna do that to my kids.
Right here, we're in front of Godney Mahal, minority owned. Nothing is wrong with the windows.
They're putting signs so they don't get attacked.
Moon Palace Books didn't get touched. Corporate institutions are on fire. The condo.
The capitalist institutions.
Brand new condo installment. Not anymore. It's up in flames. AutoZone is done for. Wendy's is up in flames. We're here in South Minneapolis. This is Nico from Unicorn Riot.
All of the
This
capitalist
is the community's
institutions.
response to George Floyd being murdered by the Minneapolis police. The police are taking video while they stand by.
A lot of fires are being lit. One of the biggest fires I saw was the apartment complex that was being constructed in front of Aldi.
Status Kunu has
The
it.
flames were so
okay,
hot
I'll pull that up. They're
people
usually
had
good
to
source of coverage. Thank
continuously
you.
move away.
I see across the way at Target, there's still tons of people out. Still tons of people in front of the precinct. And this
I think
is
there are
a
two different-
massive fire. My gosh.
Status Kunu, got it. Got it.
Oh my
Yo! Whoa! Look at that
People weren't
fire!
really sad. People were sort of gawking at it like this was the rage that we are feeling now. Please hear us. When I talk to other people on the scene, that's sort of what they were displaying to me in their emotions and their words.
Yeah, I love watching a condo burn. I'm okay with this.
Hey, we deserve this. We deserve this. It's the least they can do is watch the city burn.
Hey, man. At least it keeps us warm.
Yeah.
The takeaway that I took from it, all these fires that were spread that second night, it seemed like they were specifically from the community and specifically rageful.
Rest in peace, George, man. Rest in peace, George. Things can be fucking replaced. Things can be replaced. A life can. George
That's
Floyd,
status
Big
Kunu
Floyd
news in
was
Chicago
fucking
right
murdered.
now.
This is gonna keep happening until something fucking changes. This shit will be replaced in a fucking year. He's still gonna be gone. Rest in peace.
Man, tell them motherfuckers to quit fucking over niggas, man, and quit playing the motherfucking games, man. We ain't having that shit no more. We've been asking, praying, begging on our hands and knees, and motherfuckers still don't respect us. The man crying for his mama. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. You know what I'm saying? I can't breathe. Motherfuckers, like when they shot Tyrell Nelson in his motherfucking back. You know what I'm saying? Been doing that pussy ass shit, nigga. And motherfuckers is gonna play with you now. You know what I'm saying?
I gotta start realizing that it's more than politics.
Wow.
We out here for us. We human beings, you know what I'm saying? Look at this. Look at this shit.
You cast around and see all this shit, man.
Y'all at the wrong places, man. Take this shit up there to Cup Foods. Cup Foods has been extracting money from our community for years. They don't care about black folks. They own the whole fucking block. They are up there monopolizing. They came up there to try to hand out some water like they were doing something for the community. They don't give a fuck about us. They're protecting that store. We're out here burning down this fucking street. Burning down. Where we gonna go grocery shopping in the morning? Where you gonna get your baby Pampers in the morning? Y'all doing the wrong thing. I just had to go knock and bang at people's door down at fucking Foot Locker because they burning Foot Locker down and there's people upstairs.
It's terrible. Seriously, it's sad, man. It's really sad, man. At the end of the day, you know, we lost a brother and we lost the whole neighborhood. This is replaceable. All this is replaceable. You know what I'm saying? The life, when you take life, you can't replace. You know what I'm saying?
I've never in my life
seen no shit or thought I would ever see some shit like this. First of all, this is like the Rodney King riots. This is history we're witnessing right now. We got coronavirus, we surviving, big punk ass Donald Trump, and a fucking riot in 2020, all of that? What? You can't tell me 2020 ain't been one of the craziest years that you've ever experienced in your fucking life, right?
The civil unrest is a long time coming, and I never thought I'd see it. You know, Minneapolis is a very nice place. It's multicultural. It's progressive. You know, and even the rioting, they're polite rioting. You know, this is a polite riot. I mean, this is my first riot. You know, but
we're showing our anger finally without going to social media about
what else are we supposed to do? Like, I feel like we've already tried like the peaceful way, and like what else do you guys want us to do?
How was this feel as a youth coming out here seeing this?
It's real messed up, bro, because it hurts. And for me being 20 years old, having a kid, being in the streets, getting shot, etc., and coming to see this still happening as before I was even born, and actually witnessing the stories that they were used to tell us as youth, and it's still accelerating. It's not dying down. It's not doing none of that. It's still accelerating the world. It's as if the stories are coming to life. This needs to be because America ain't woken up yet. This needs to be a wake-up call, and I hope it is. Truthfully, I hope it is.
Floyd was not, should have never happened. There was too many officers on that scene, even the dispatchers and everybody that can hear it on the radios. I mean, it's a shame. What happened to that man? I mean, come on. The bottom line is, if it was a chain of command from the top down, they all should step down.
I'm sort of guessing the shots were fired at the precincts.
Yo, come on.
I could be wrong. There was a ton of shots fired. People have hit the deck over here. I mean, shots over here isn't super uncommon. Like in the middle of an uprising, shots were being shot in the air all throughout Target continuously. It's a bunch of tear gas up here. Another one was thrown. The officers are definitely ducking.
Hang on. I want to go to status quo news and I want to see what's going on here.
On the sidewalk now. On the sidewalk, I'll put you under arrest right now. Get on the sidewalk now.
Yeah. Well, yeah, exactly. Watch this for a second, guys. I'm going to pull up another feed monitor.
Good.
All right, so they are doing these tactics, acting like they're in a war zone. Meanwhile, these are people armed with signs. They've removed some wooden boards.
Back up.
All right, so they have created a war zone here on Chicago streets. Actually, Broadview, Illinois.
So it's
All right, so this
Broadview.
is what they're doing, creating this environment here in this community. All right, they got their boards in the back.
So we've got another feed. Oh shit, that's not working. Hang on. There we go. Now we have two different feeds. These are both from Chicago, guys. This is all live outside immigration
Guys, you are
facilities
watching
in
this live.
Chicago right
Broadview,
now.
Illinois.
News to share. Okay, Sammy, I'll look that up. Thank you. Oh shit, are they setting shit on fire? This is news to share. Oh no, it's just a blinker. Okay, just a blinker. Okay. I want to go back
feel
to.
that? Does your heart feel this?
I'm gonna go back
Please.
to status 2 news. I'll put news to share up
Open your
here.
heart. God loves you and doesn't want you here doing this.
God loves you
God
and doesn't
loves
want you here.
Don't do this. Open your hearts. Open your hearts. Please. This is our country. We love our country. We love the citizens of our country.
When are you gonna kill yourself?
Wrong one.
I work for a living, motherfucker. What do? You fucking shoot people.
They already knocked you down a few times. Not that close.
There we go. That's news to share up there.
Genocide our people.
Yo! Fabulous Philly over on Rumble. I'm a newbie conservative, not an idiot, here to learn. $100 Rumble rant over on Rumble. Thank you, Fabulous Philly, with the $100 Rumble rant. I totally believe that you want to learn. Listen, man, most people do want to learn. Thank you for the fabulous super chat. I really appreciate you. Awesome. Awesome.
Stand by, going 15. Stand by.
Rumble W tonight. Rumble W super chat tonight. Rumble W. Let's see. So we're up to 309 on the super chat goal. This is live, guys. This is outside of Chicago.
Look at them. LUKASBORJA. I did literally nothing. He's just very upset. November 24th, 2003.
Did they tell you why you're being detained?
Nope. Just grab me. I didn't fucking do it. I didn't even enter the street.
Why is he being detained?
Did they arrest someone?
Why is he being detained? Why is he being
This
detained?
is live, yes.
Why are you guys arresting U.S. citizens? Border Patrol get to do that?
Release him! Release him!
Get his name!
They got it. Why is he being detained? Name a birthday for the NLP. Name a birthday for the NLP.
Cowards! You're fucking cowards! Cowards!
November 24th, 2003.
Really? Where are
Being
you?
unjustly detained by federal police, illegally deployed in our city.
You're a fucking mess! You don't know what you're doing!
Guys, you're not going to find this coverage anywhere. All right? So make sure you are subscribed. If you can, become a member, statusquo.com/join. Sign up $5 a month. I'm here on the ground everywhere I can be.
Your soul, son. If you are, you better fucking pray tonight. Yeah, shit. Beyond praying. This is way beyond
That's the
praying.
fucking forgiveness.
Yeah, God ain't gonna look good on this one. But you know what? America's not gonna look good on.
Guys, we're tuning into hang on. We're tuning into live protest coverage right now. This is outside of the Broadview Immigration Detention Facility in Chicago. We've been kind of passing the time tonight watching a documentary about the BLM riots when we're waiting for stuff to pop off at the live protests. So I'm flipping back and forth between live coverage of the protests that are happening in real time and a BLM documentary that we've been watching because sometimes protest coverage can be boring. But I have two feeds that are live outside of the Immigration Detention Facility in Chicago. This is from Status Quo News. This is from a different feed, so we're kind of getting two different angles so we can see what's going on. There's a lot of yelling. There's a lot of shouting. It looks like there's not really much happening right now, but I'm keeping an eye on the situation and I'm monitoring all the different feeds on my desktop. And I want to thank everyone who's been sending me live feeds that you found. It's super, super, super helpful. And so we're just kind of flipping back and forth between what's happening live and this documentary that we're watching. Do people like that? Let me just ask. So let me just ask what you guys want to do. Because it's kind of there's starting to be a lot of riot coverage. There's not a whole ton going on in the protests right now. It's mostly just shouting and yelling. So I want to leave this up to the chat, okay? One in the chat, if you want to keep flipping back and forth between the George Floyd documentary and this live riot coverage. Two in the chat if you just want to watch the live riot coverage that's going on right now outside the immigration detention facilities. So one, if you want to keep flipping back and forth between the documentary we were watching just to kind of pass the time and this coverage. Two in the chat if you just want to do the live coverage. Oh, it's a mix. Oh shit, I'm gonna have to do a poll. Hang on, it's mixed enough that I need to do a poll. Okay, I'm doing an official poll. Okay, what do you want to do? Flip back and forth. Just watch riot coverage. I think the twos might have it, but we're gonna do an official poll because I saw enough ones. And we'll do whatever you guys want to do, but I'm going to put it in the chat. What do you want to keep flipping back and forth, or do you just want to do the live riot coverage? And we're going to let you guys vote, and we'll do whatever you guys want to do. Yeah, well, you know what? I can actually do this now. Because I set this other thing up just for you, Master Shake. Okay, we're not going to do this tonight, but we can actually do this now. All right, last chance to vote, guys. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, you guys just want to watch riot coverage. Okay. So here's what I want to do. What I want to do is I want to end this stream that we're doing right now. And I want to set up a separate stream on my channel and my Rumble and all that for the riot coverage. The reason I want to do it this way is because I like keeping streams as separate things so that I can easily find information later. So what I'm going to do, and I need everyone to play along with me, okay? I'm going to end this stream. I'm going to start a separate stream that is just going to be dedicated to tonight's riot coverage. And I need everyone to come back to the channel in like 5 minutes, and we will start dedicated riot coverage for the night. And that's what we'll do. Okay? Is everyone on board with this? One in the chat if you understand. We're going to end this stream. I appreciate everyone that came out. We'll have to do the BLM documentary another night because things are starting to pop off. We're going to end this stream. I'm going to immediately start up another stream because I like keeping these things separate because it makes it easier for me to find the information later. And we will resume our riot coverage. Okay? All right, let's do it, guys. We're in for the long haul. We'll be doing riot coverage all night. Thank you, Stone Dust Bear over on Rumble. Karlyn, do you know why ICE is on the streets, why they're patrolling now? It would make sense for them to hold the facility. Why go onto the streets? Stone Dust Bear, that is a great question for the Trump administration. Great question. All right, guys, I'm going to end this stream. We're going to go start a new stream, and let's get our riot coverage on. All right, thank you guys for the support. I appreciate it. I will be back on the other side.
How are you feeling? How long have you been here? 3 months, May 17th. And what brought you here? That's difficult to answer. Eventually resulted in your being here in the hospital. That's difficult to answer.